What is OBIEE? OBIEE stands for Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition. Okay?
Okay.
Initially, there was a tool. Hello, Mr. Rakesh. How are you?
Yeah. Hi, Prasad. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Rakesh, can you quickly tell me about yourself so that you know?
Yeah, sure.
Yes,
yeah.
tell me.
I'm Sai Rakesh. I'm calling from Cleveland in Ohio State. Basically,
Okay.
I already am working in IT as a .NET and SharePoint developer.
Okay.
Yeah, but it just started like I less than 1 year experience.
Okay. So you want to know about OBI, right?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to move my career to Informatica and OBI.
Okay. The data warehouse side. Fine.
Yeah, I just want to move.
Okay, fine. Thank you for sharing your details. So just now started the demo. So this is about myself. I'm Tejvara Prasad. I've done my BC, MC, MTech. Right now pursuing my PhD. Around 6 years of experience in IT field. Okay, working for a CMMI level 5 company.
Okay.
Now, I just started the demo. OBI stands for. Rakesh, are you using your headphone?
Yes, let me do that.
Okay, fine. OBI stands for Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition. Okay? The version what we are going to deal is 10.1.3.4.1 or 4.2 also, no problem. Both of them are the same. That's only, it's this 4.2, it's like a patch up for some bugs and errors which were there in 4.1. I mean bugs actually. So they have been overcome in the 4.2 version, but 99.99% these are same. But right now we are working on this version only. Okay, what are the projects are going on? It's going on 4.1 only. And you have a latest version called as OBI 11G, which is not yet into practical implementation. It will take some more time. Why I suggest my students to go for this version is, all the first reason is all the projects are based on 10G. Next is, if you want to go for the Oracle certification, the examination is based on this version on 10.1.3.4.1. Okay, guys?
Okay.
So that's why I always focus on, this version, 10.1.3.4.1. So one more thing is that if you are thorough with this version, it is just only upgrading yourself to 11G. 11G has only minor changes. Okay? Changes in the sense, technical terms.
Hello, Prasad. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Hello, Prasad. Actually, I'm getting resound.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah. I don't know why. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay, Prasad.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay now.
So that is what I was telling about the differences between, I mean, 10G and 11G. Okay?
Okay.
So there are only minor differences. The differences is not in the technology. The differences is not in the technology, but only in the terms. Okay, so the terms have been changed. There's a slight difference in the interface, and there's a difference in the way you log in. And in 11G, for extra security, the software has been integrated with the WebLogic server. Okay, so you know what is WebLogic server? Oracle's WebLogic server. It's a web server. So if you want to log into the OBI 11G, then you need to log into the WebLogic server. Then you will be given access to the OBI application. Now, let me go into the history of this product. Initially, there was a company called as Enquire. Okay, from Enquire, excuse me. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, just a minute. Okay. So initially there was a company called as Enquire. From Enquire, Cybele, I think you know Cybele, famous for its CRM software, customer relationship management, and different software. So Cybele has acquired this product and named it as Analytics. Okay. The last version was 7.8.2.5. Now you know in the year 2000, Oracle started acquiring all the companies that came in its way. It became the Alexander. So similarly, now Oracle started acquiring different products. In its innovation, it has acquired the analytics. Okay, it has acquired analytics and named it as OBIEE. Got it? So before this version 10.1.3.4.0, we are 10.1.3.3.0, 3.2.0, then 10.1.3.1.0. Like this, we have different versions. So we need not focus on the older version because the current version what we will be dealing is this one, 10.1.3.4.1. Got it, guys?
Yes, Prasad.
Yes, fine. Now, you need to understand basically what is this OBI. OBI stands for Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition. It is basically a data warehousing business intelligence reporting tool. Okay. What is a data warehouse? A data warehouse, in simple layman terms that makes sense, okay, so that anyone can understand, I would like to put it this way. A data warehouse is a very big database where your company's historical data is stored for analysis and reporting purpose. Got it, guys? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. So, a data warehouse is nothing but it's a very big database, a very huge database where your company's historical data is stored for analysis and reporting. So why you need analysis? Why you need reporting? So let's say,
To improve the performance and to improve the business.
yes, to improve the business prospects. Okay, to check where your company stands in the market right now. Let's say I am into the business from my company is into the business from last 5 years. Now I want to know how far my company has prospered in the market. I want to know where my company stands. So I should be doing analysis and developing reports that will give me the information about my company, where it actually stands in the market. Okay, how far it has succeeded in manufacturing the goods, and how far has it improved in sales. Okay, so what was my last year sale? What is the current year sale? What will be my future in the business? Everything we can forecast. Okay. So that is a data warehouse. When I talk about historical data means your company's old data. For example, last 1 year data, last 2 years data, last 3 years data, last 4 years data. Got it, guys? Yes. Now, when I say data warehouse, it not only consists of your company's old or historical data, but it should also consist of some current data. Why current data? Because if you don't have current data, you cannot compare, you cannot analyze, right? For example, if I want to find out my last year's sales report, and I want to compare it with my current year sales report. So do you think that I should have my current year's data also, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So that is why I should have my current year's data also. So a data warehouse consists of 90% of historical data and 10% of current data, so that it's very easy for me to analyze and develop the reports. Right. Now, when I talk about the business intelligence, what do you mean by business intelligence? Business intelligence is not an IT term. It's not an IT term. It's purely a management term. Business intelligence is a concept, okay, which aims at providing decision support systems to the business users. When I talk about decision support systems, it's a computerized system which will help, okay, to take up decisions or to build decisions that would help your business managers to take effective decisions, correct decisions at correct point of time. Okay, guys? So business intelligence helps the business managers to take correct decisions at correct point of time. How does it help? It helps them to take correct decisions by providing them with facts, actual results, current results, correct results, accurate results. So based on this accurate, correct results, okay, that is nothing but the reports which these decision support systems generate. Based on these reports, they are able to, okay, take correct results, come up with some publicity formulas, go for some advertising to improve the sales there, okay, or to solve the business problem. Got it, guys? Yes?
Yes.
Yes,
So
Prasad.
generally what happens in a day-to-day life, suppose let's say you bought some product online. You purchase something, let's say digital camera online. So when you purchase, you pay online, and the transaction is stored in a database, right? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So that type of transaction, okay, it's a normal regular transaction where thousands and thousands of people buy something online, and all these day-to-day transactions have to be stored in a database. That database is called as OLTP, which stands for Online Transaction Processing. Online Transaction Processing Database. So this database is used for day-to-day storage of data. Okay, it is used for day-to-day storage of data. This database is designed to insert new data, to modify and delete current data, okay, to store the data in the form of tables. So it's purely for storing the data. Got it, guys? Yes?
Yes. Yes.
So OLTP means online transaction processing. But the disadvantage of this database, it's not actually a disadvantage. We can call it as a drawback of this database. The drawback of this database is once the data becomes 90 days old, how many days old? You need to concentrate more on this OLTP. Once the data becomes 90 days old, that is 3 months old, we are not supposed to store this data in OLTP. It has to be moved somewhere because this becomes older data now. What if 3 months old means it becomes historical data for us. Got it, guys? Right?
Yes.
So
Okay.
where it has to be moved? It has to be moved somewhere where you can analyze, where you can store for analysis and reporting, right? Yes or no? I told you that there should be a database where historical data is stored for analysis and reporting. And according to our concept, if the data is 3 months old or 90 days old, it will be not there on the OLTP side, but it has to be moved somewhere, which is called as OLAP. What is this?
Lab.
OLAP, Online Analytical Processing Database. This database here is, excuse me. Sorry guys, I'm suffering with severe cold here. Okay, fine. As I told you, OLTP is purely designed for storing the data, right? You can insert data, you can delete data, you can modify the contents of data. But here OLAP, you cannot insert any new data. You cannot modify existing data. You cannot update the data. You cannot delete the data. Then what you can do? Can you tell me? It's like the data in OLAP, whatever, it will come from OLTP sources from here like this. It will come to the OLAP like this. This data in OLAP, it is purely for analysis and reporting. It's like a read-only copy of the data where you can only analyze it and develop reports. Got it, guys? Okay?
Okay.
Understood? So this side here is purely for storage. This side here is purely for analysis. But how do you think that the data is moved from year to year? In market, we have different tools called as an ETL tool. We have different ETL tools like the Data Stage, Informatica, Oracle Data Integrator, Oracle Warehouse Builder. Okay? Like this, we have different ETL tools. What is ETL actually? ETL stands for extraction, transformation, and loading. Okay, guys? What does it stand for? What does it stand for?
Extraction, transformation, and loading.
Excellent. Extraction, transformation, and loading. Okay? Extraction, transformation, and loading. The first is extraction. What is that you're going to extract? We are going to extract the data from the OLTP sources. Fine, we have extracted the data. After extracting the data, at the time of extracting the data, there may be some unwanted values, there may be some junk values, there may be some repetitive values. Okay? So, to avoid these unwanted values, to delete these repeated values, we perform something called as transformation. Okay? So, transformation transformation is actually an algorithm running in the background. It is an algorithm running in the background which aims at cleaning the data that is coming from that is extracted from the OLTP sources. So in a transformation process, data cleansing is done. Data cleansing is performed, and not only data cleansing, we also implement the business logic. Let's say if on extraction, we felt that this customer is let's say it's a banking process and we are extracting the data from a banking account, and we felt that a customer, Mr. Rajesh, is very loyal and we felt of giving him a bonus. So this bonus can be added in the transformation. So you can implement your business logic also in transformation. Got it, guys? Okay?
Okay.
Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, once the transformations are done, the other process is very simple. Load the data into the OLAP database. Load the data here into this OLAP database. Okay? So, in the OLTP, we have all that we have is tables, the database tables. All that we have is the database tables, and use it.
Is in the form of flat files or something?
No, see, when I say OLTP, it can be any database. It can be a flat file also. It can be a DB2 database. That is, it can be a mainframe database. It can be Oracle database. It can be Sybase, Informix, SQL Server, Teradata, any type of database. Got it?
Okay.
Yes. So we extract. So to manually extract the data, it's impossible. So you go for a tool which is called as ETL tool. So normally Informatica is the #1 ETL tool in the market. Next comes the data stage. So these two are rivals in the market, Informatica and data stage. So it's like 60% of the companies use Informatica, 40% of the companies use data stage. It depends on the client. Okay, depending on the client's budget also, sometimes the tools are selected. Got it, guys? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So now the data comes from the OLTP and it is loaded into the OLAP. As I told you, OLAP is purely designed for analysis and reporting. Therefore, we have only a read-only copy of the data which is coming from OLTP. So it's like a read-only copy for us. And the data in OLAP is called as metadata. What is it called as?
Metadata.
Metadata. When we talk about metadata is nothing but data about data or data describing some other data. When I say metadata or when I say data describing some other data, so this data here in OLAP is describing about the data that is coming from OLTP. Because whatever the data we get that is stored in OLAP, it is nothing but coming from the OLTP sources. Yes or right? Yes or wrong? Yes?
Yes.
Therefore, we call the data as metadata. Because this data here is describing something about the data that is coming from various OLTP sources. So we call this data as metadata. So we are not bothered what is happening on the left hand side, which is the database. Okay, which is the database. I mean, we are worried about which is the database, obviously, but we are not worried how the ETL process is going on. Okay,
Okay.
what are the ETL jobs running? How much amount of data has been extracted, transformed, and loaded? We are not totally worried about any kind of ETL operations because I am an OBA developer. We are OBA developers. We focus only on the right hand part. Got it, guys?
Mm-hmm.
For us, the target machine, the target server is the OLAP server. The target database is the OLAP database. The target data is our metadata. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Okay.
Now, I will tell you what you do with your OBA. With your OBA application, the process is in two steps. Okay, the development process is contained in two steps. First one is designing a repository. What is that, guys?
Designing a repository.
Yes. Designing a repository. We call it as in shortcuts as RPD. RPD stands for Rapid Database File, or sometimes it's also called as Rapid Path Directory. It actually doesn't have any abbreviation, but we know we Indians, we are very smart. So we will give a definition so that the world follows it. Yes or no? So designing a RPD. RPD stands for Rapid Database File. Normally everyone will call it as Rapid Database File, but it's a shortcut to repository. What is this repository? I told you that my target is metadata. So I will be analyzing my metadata in the OLAP database. So if I want to analyze my metadata, I should be able to store my metadata somewhere so that I can analyze it. So repository is a structure which holds the metadata and allows us to analyze the data. Got it? Yes?
Okay.
Yes. Now, after designing a RPD or a repository, my next task would be immediately creating the reports. What is that?
Creating the reports.
Report development. Okay.
So all these things we are is done in OLAP, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Not exactly in OLAP, Mr. Rakesh.
Okay.
OLAP will contain only metadata, and this is our target machine.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then this designing of a repository and report development is done in OBIE. Got it now?
Okay. Okay.
Now when you install your OBA application on your machine, you get a folder like this, Oracle Business Intelligence folder. Okay?
Okay.
You see your different components here: administration help file, administration, BA, publisher, catalog manager, job manager, different components here.
Okay.
Okay. So how do you design a repository? Repository consists of metadata. How do you design a repository? By using a tool called as administration tool. In shortcut, we call it as admin tool. Okay.
Okay.
How do you develop the reports? By using a tool called as the Oracle BI Answers. What is that?
BA Answers.
BI Answers. Fine. Now, if you see here, when you install the software on your machine, and to start your machine. Every time you start your machine, automatically a screen pops up like this. Automatically a server starts, which is called as the OC4J server. What is this?
OC4J server.
Yes. You see this server here in your business intelligence folder. OC4J server. Okay. It automatically starts, and after starting, it says initialized. Initialized means now you are ready to work with your OBA application. Okay. Now what is this OC4J server? Any ideas? Listen to this OC4J anytime? Heard of this OC4J anytime?
No.
No. OC4J stands for Oracle Container for Java. Oracle Container for Java. As this OBA application has been designed and developed using the Oracle, using the Java software. You know, all the softwares, any application software, any software will be designed using certain programming tools, right? It can be .NET, Java, C++, anything. Like this, your OBA application has been designed using Java. So all the resources that are required to start or initialize your application are there in this OC4J server. Got it, guys? So it is mandatory that your server starts. This server, whenever you switch on your system, it starts automatically and says initialize. Okay. So it says initialize. Now, how do you develop? How do you design the repository using the administration tool here? Click on help. Go to administration tool. You can see the version 10.1.3.4.1. Click on OK. I just open a tool here. Just a minute. Don't worry about all this, guys. Okay, I just open a repository now, a ready-made one. Okay. Now you see that I have a repository here. Okay. It says Oracle BA administration tool, and you see when I opened it, it consists of 3 layers: physical layer, business model and mapping layer, presentation layer. Got it? Yes, guys? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
So in the physical layer, you see there are 2 sources. There are 2 sources A and B. Both of them are XML files. Okay? Okay. So what is this? It's called as a physical layer. Physical layer consists of all the physical sources that you want to import. Okay? All the OLAP sources that you want to import and analyze the data. So in the physical sources, you can import anything. You can import a text file, that is a flat file, an access file, an Excel spreadsheet, any type of database. It can be an XML data also. So I have 2 cells, sample cells and sample patch data here. Okay. So physical layer consists of all the physical data sources. Next, it's like, see, it's purely based on the database management. See, a database is designed in 3 layers: physical level, that is physical level design, conceptual or logical design, user or application design. Similarly, this OBI is also designed in 3 layers. Physical layer consists of all the databases. Business model and mapping layer It consists of all the business logic that you implement. Got it? Guys, it consists of all the business logic that you implement. Okay. So here if you see, what we do here is we create something like this. Business calculations. Business logic means business calculations. Revenue. Revenue first to last. Revenue last to first. Build quantity. Booked amount. Booked quantity. Number of customers, number of markets, number of orders, number of products, number of employees. You see, all of them are numerical values, right? Business calculations will be obviously numerical values called as measures or aggregates, right?
Yes.
Yes. So all these business logic calculations are done in business model and mapping layer. So after that, whatever you want to present it to the end user or the customer, okay, whatever you want to present it to the end user or the customer for reports, you put them in the presentation layer. Now if you see this, my business model is only one, my data sources are two. Okay, there can be n number of data sources, there can be n number of presentations related to a single business model only. Got it? Got it, guys?
Okay.
That means there should be only one single business model. Okay, data sources can be n in number. Presentation catalog. See, when I say sample sales, this is consisting of data related to the sample sales database only. Sample sales business model only. Fine? Yes?
Yes.
When I say sample sales reduced, this is also consisting of the data, the tables, which is related to sample sales only. So you can have n number of presentation catalogs related to the business model, and you can have n number of data sources. Got it, guys?
Okay.
So this data in the physical layer here, it is called as the metadata. I told you our target is metadata. Our target database, OLAP database. Our target is the OLAP. Fine?
Yes.
So like this, what you are going to do is, you are going to design the three layers. Physical layer, business model and mapping layer, presentation layer. You are going to design all the three layers. Let us assume that Mr. Rakesh and Rajesh, they are from a team and they have been given this task. You have designed the repository. Let's say Rajesh has been asked to design the three layers. Rajesh has finished his work. Now Mr. Rakesh has to develop the reports. So how he has to develop the reports? He has a tool called as presentation services. He opens this presentation services and logs into this tool here. The username is administrator. The password is also administrator. Copy and paste it. Capital A is the capital A administrator. Password is also capital administrator. Now, as soon as you log in, you get a screen like this. It says, welcome administrator. Welcome administrator. This is an empty dashboard page, right? What is this dashboard actually? A dashboard is an area. Let's say now Rakesh is a report developer. Now he's developing the reports, right, Rakesh?
Yes.
Now how to develop these reports, I will tell you. Let's say he has developed a report and he has to show it to your end user or customer. Now where he will display the reports? He will display the reports here on the dashboard here. Okay?
Okay.
Now, how to develop the reports? You have a tool called as BI Answers. I told you. Click on this BI Answers. Now, if you see, you have sample cells and sample cells reduced here. These are called as presentation catalogs in the presentation layer, right? Yes?
Yes.
These two presentation catalogs are now available as business subject areas. Let's say my subject area is sales or your subject area is finance. That means you are analyzing the sales data, your company's sales data, your company's HR data, your company's finance data. Got it now? So like this, now I'm analyzing my company's sales information. So I have created two physical presentation, two presentation catalogs here. So these presentation catalogs in your answers will be available as subject areas. So I click on the sample sales here right now. Now you see you have an area called as columns and filters. Let's say from the time I'm going to select calendar date, and from the revenue I'm going to select daily revenue. Okay. So when I click on display results here, I got a report like this. Got it? Got it, guys?
So this report is already, I mean, like already prepared.
No, no, no. We are creating the reports now.
Oh, okay,
We
okay.
are creating. How did we create? Simply select the columns whatever you want from the left hand side. That's it. Very simple. That
Okay,
is what
okay.
is the specialty of a reporting tool.
Okay, okay.
Imagine life without reporting tools. If we didn't have reporting tools in the market, we should have been not surviving in the market, because people only with strong SQL and PLSQL skills only, those who can write pages and pages of queries, would only survive as reporters. Got it?
Okay.
So internally, the SQL, the SQL related to the query is generated by the reporting tool. So you need not worry about how actually SQL is written here. But
Okay.
you should have minimal knowledge of SQL to understand the report. Sometimes you are executing the report and you don't know what is the problem. So you can go to the SQL that is generated and you can try to analyze and find out. So you can only analyze when you can know the SQL query, right? When you can
Okay.
understand the SQL query.
Yeah.
Now if you see here, this is my report. Okay, the default is compound layout. Now let me go and create a chart for it. It has created a chart, right? Yes. I
Yes,
have
yes.
vertical charts. I have a horizontal bar chart like this. I also have a line chart like this. I also have a Pareto diagram like this. I also have a pie diagram like this. Oh, fine, no problem. I have a radar chart. I have a scatter diagram. I have a step chart. So like this, your different GI formats. You have a gauge tool like this. The gauge canvas exceeded the limit. Okay, on. So this is the daily revenue. 1st January, 2nd January, 3rd January. You can also have the bars like this. You can have also the bulb representation. This is the 3D representation. And the dial here, you can also change the dial to an arrow here. You can see the symbol arrow. This is an arrow. This is a compass. You can change the color of the compass. Line, arrow. So like this, you have Your bars also here. You also have bulbs, and there's something called a funnel chart.
So we might have a requirement of any kind of these charts or any kind of.
Yes. Any kind, depending on the customer. Okay, he says, I want this representation. I want a pie chart. I want a histogram. Okay,
Okay.
see, this is very big actually. The funnel chart is very big, so that's why. Actually, the data is very big. I have calculated the day-wise sales. One. You see the day-wise revenue. So it's very big report actually. So the funnel. You know what is a funnel, right? Funnel is a container which is used to transfer liquid from one container to the another, which has a narrow mouth. Funnel, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what is a funnel? We use it to transfer liquid, especially kerosene. If you go to ration shops in AP here in India, you go to a ration shop to get kerosene, you have very big funnels there. From the drums, they transfer that kerosene into your cans, right?
Yes.
So yeah, that is what is funnel representation. So you can see actually there is some problem with the display colors maybe. That's why it's not accepting the actual colors. Okay. So like this you can represent any type of report, and the report creation is very simple here. See, I can select any other measures. I can select the customer name and the type. Okay. I want this first. I just put it at the first here. Like this. Then display results. The default is compound layout. Get a report like this. Maybe there's some problem. Oh, the data may not be there because this is a sample one. This is just a sample one. Okay, for practice. This sample sales, the sample sales is from the Oracle company, which is there for to show a sample database. Got it, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
like this, using your Oracle BA answers, you develop the reports, and using your Oracle BA administration tool, you design it. I just close this. Let's say you want to create it right from the scratch. Okay. So you click on new year and give some name, Rakesh Rajesh.rpd. Now when you open this, you get a blank database. You get a you get a blank repository here, fine? And you see the name here, rr.rpd, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say I want to connect to an Oracle OLAP database as a import from database. I already created an Oracle database here. I mean an ODBC driver to import Oracle database, the tables which I need for analysis. On my machine here, I already have a OLAP database server, the Oracle OLAP database server. So I just have my username and password for security. Now it will connect me to the Oracle, and let's say I am trying to import few tables here. Import. Now you see, we have imported the tables into the physical layer like this. Correct, guys?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how you connect to a database and import. It just, just for a demo purpose, I just shown how actually data is imported. Like this, I have connected to the Oracle database. You can connect to any sort of database, including a flat file. Got it?
Okay.
Then you develop a business model by dragging and dropping. You have different ways. You can also develop presentation catalog. This I just showing you just as a sample how actually things are done. So that to make you sure that to convince you that the designing and the development process is as simple. It's a cake. It's a cake. Everyone can eat it. It's like, you know, even if you teach this tool to a boy who knows little bit of knowledge of SQL also, it's very pretty easy to learn. That's what I just wanted to show. Everything is Windows based application here. Everything is like dragging and dropping, the creation and the design. Got it, guys? Yes?
Okay. Yep.
So that is why I tell that people who are interested to learn this application, they are always welcome, because this is a user-friendly application. Very easy to learn, very easy to master this tool. Okay?
Okay.
So I hope, guys, you got an idea of what you will be doing with the application, what is the data warehouse, how actually things go in the data warehouse from the OLTP to the OLAP. Okay, so as an OBI developer, I am worried only with my OLAP database. I am nowhere worrying about what is happening in the OLTP database. Got it?
Okay.
This is what is the designing and the development process using your administration tool. That is you using your OBI applications.
Okay.
That's it. Very simple. Got it?
Yeah.
Yes. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. See, actually, I cannot explain more in a demo, because by demo, I will be telling what is a tool, what is its purpose, what you are going to do with the tool. My aim here is to give you an idea of what exactly the tool is, how is that the process goes on, and how is that you will be learning the tool. Got it?
Okay.
I hope you got an idea of the tool, what exactly the tool is meant for and what the tool does, right?
Yes. Yes.
So any queries you have? Anything you want to ask me?
So we just did one repository. I mean, like, is it completely done, or it's still something else to be done? Like
Something else. There's something else. There's something. I just wanted to show you a sample actually how to create a new repository. That's it. I didn't configure it. I cannot create reports of it now.
Oh, okay.
It's just a sample. See, just to show you how 3 layers are built.
Okay.
See, it's only to show you how easy it is to build a 3 layers. Got it?
Okay.
After that, the next step is also very simple. You will be configuring the repository. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Srinivas, I think you have joined little late. Yeah, but I think you just saw what we have done, right? Mr. Srinivas, can you hear me, Mr. Srinivas? Hello, Mr. Srinivasa.
I think he's on the phone.
Yeah, maybe. Right. So guys, Rajesh and Rakesh.
Yeah.
So I hope you got an idea of what exactly the tool is, how things are done. Okay, how is that you're going to develop the reports and using different charts for report development. Got it?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you have any queries, if you have any doubts, you can ask me.
Yeah, we are good.
That's it. No doubts?
No.
Rajesh, Rakesh, sure? No doubts?
Yeah, we are good.
Yeah, no doubts.
Okay. So we are actually starting a batch from batch in the new year, January. I mean Tuesday, January 1st, 3rd. Okay. So the batch maybe it may be in the evening around 8 p.m. or morning around 7 p.m. 7 a.m. That is, I'm talking according to IST here. It may be in the morning 7 a.m. or evening 8 p.m. according to the number of students. Okay.
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 So that's what I just gave you a brief demo. See, my intention here would be, see, I can also explain you in depth each and every topic, but that would not solve the purpose, because in this demo means I need to show you what is the tool. That's why I've explained you the history of the tool. I told you what is business intelligence. I told you what is OLTP, what is OLAP, how data is moving from OLTP to OLAP. Then what is our target? How to communicate with the target? Okay. How to import it? How to build the 3-layer? How the reports are developed there. Very simple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So any questions?
No questions.
No questions. So so are you ready to join the training session then?
Yes. I mean, it's going to start from tomorrow.
I mean Tuesday,
Okay.
New Year Tuesday,
Okay. Sure.
January 3rd.
Okay.
So if you have any queries, you can just talk to Mr. Nagesh, the big classes guy
Okay.
there. He's the student coordinator.
Okay.
Okay. You
Okay.
can talk to him and you can get to know the formalities. Okay. I'm
Okay. Sure.
telling you, this is a very simple tool, very user-friendly tool, very easy to learn. Okay.
Okay.
So I just gave you an overall idea. That's it. We didn't start anything, or we didn't do anything. We didn't do any process development, something like that. I just told you how the tool works, what you will be doing. Okay.
Okay.
What you will be doing with the administration tool, what you will be doing with the BI. That's it.
Okay.
So, in the projects, the RPD developer and the report developers are same, or
No, very good question. Very good question. In the projects, people with experience, more than 6 years experience, will be given this task. Develop, sir, please develop this repository. People with
Okay.
less than this will be given this report development. Got it?
Okay.
Understood?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. And it also depends on the company. See, some companies, even though you're less experienced, you will only have to design the repository, you will only have to develop the report. Sometimes the testing will also be done. If you have little amount of testing knowledge also, you will be asked to write the test cases and test your own reports that you have developed.
Okay.
It all depends on the company. Got it?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So if you have any further queries, you can, if you are interested, I hope this has solved the purpose for your demo, right?
Yes.
You got an idea of what you will be doing, right?
Yes.
Believe me, the tool is very simple, very simple. It's very easy to learn, I'm telling you, because I have trained almost around 100 plus candidates in the last 2 years. I have into this. It's actually my, it's my part-time year. Okay. So
Okay.
I start my training early in the morning around 5:30 to 9:30, 4 hours in the morning. Then I go to my office, come back in the evening again around 7:30, 8. If I have any batches around 8, I do it. And coming to the other students from, let's say, from UK and Australia, they have timing issues, so I may sometimes take the classes in midnight also, 11 to 12. So depending on the student's time zone. So that's what. So if you are interested in, I hope you will be joining the training.
Yep.
Yes. So you can always feel free to contact with classes, and they will be guiding you with the registration details and all. Okay, Mr. Srinivasa.
Yes, yeah, I'm here.
So I hope you just attended late, but I think you got some idea of what we were doing, right?
Yes, yes, I got. I have few questions. Are
Yeah,
you
please,
going to
please.
cover the DAC
No,
and
no.
other ERP implementations? How those can be bring into this OVA, like SAP or any other. If you want to what do you call combine everything. Let's say I have different sources. One from PeopleSoft, one from SAP.
Yeah. I will
Uh,
show. I will show you with all the databases that have been installed on my machine. Don't worry. The process will be one and the same to implement any type of thing.
yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Yes. Next thing, what was the other question you asked? The DAC. About the DAC, DAC is actually part of your ETL process. DAC stands for
Yeah.
Data Warehouse Application Console. It's also
Yeah.
called as DAC server. It is basically a ETL job scheduling tool. It's not part of reporting. Initially 3 or 4 years before, everything was like ETL process only. Reporting was also a part of ETL initially, but now
Yeah.
that the trend so far called as the business intelligence started, and now this is a separate department here. We call it as the BI team. So as a part of BI team, you are not worried what is happening with the DAC or what is the ETL process that are running. You are worried only what are the reports that are running, what is the repository that we are designing, how many number of reports we are done, what is the performance, what is the troubleshooting we have to do.
Yeah, that's right. You are right.
That's it.
But some companies, they're asking everything, ETL, like Informatica.
Yeah, that is what, sir.
Uh,
That is what I'm telling you. As an OBI developer, I will be training only an OBI because I am not an ETL developer. If you want to
yeah.
go for ETL also, we have excellent trainer here in our big classes. You can also attend Informatica. You can learn Informatica. That's a separate tool.
Okay.
That's a separate training.
Yeah,
Got it,
that's right.
sir?
Yeah, you are right. You are right. Yes, that's separate one. Yes.
So that's what I was
Got it.
just telling. No problem.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
fine.
And
You
how
got
many
it?
classes is this? How many classes?
This is 30 plus hours. See, actually, I don't. I just ran. I say it as 30 plus classes, but you can know nothing is fixed. We cannot tell how many classes you will be completing. So it's an average of 30 classes, 30 plus classes, but it will go around 30 plus.
Okay.
30
Are you
hours in
showing
the
any
sense.
real-time projects? Any real-time, like a dummy real-time project, something?
See, I will be showing you. I will be explaining my I can't bring my company's data, but I will be showing you the Oracle Corporation's data. Okay, we will be working on the sales history of Oracle Corporation. We have a schema called as sales history. We will be
Yeah.
working on the sales history, and I will be covering all the real-time scenarios with the sales history. Believe me,
Okay.
if you attend the training, you will never need me again. Once you
Okay.
finish the training with me, you will never need me again. People ask me
Okay.
questions. Sir, after the training, do you provide job support? How much you charge? I say, I charge nothing. I will not take even 1 rupee extra from the training. Okay? Because once you attend the training, you will get that much confidence that you will again not come back to me. Because the tool is itself very simple, very easy to learn and master it. So you will never have any trouble in doing your job there. I'll give you one simple example, sir.
Okay.
A student of mine, 6 months before, he was a librarian. He was a librarian in London. Librarian. He has done his BA. A librarian learned this tool and got a job after 15 days of completion of his training.
Yeah.
A librarian. Now he's a senior most developer in JP Morgan.
Got it.
So you can understand how much easy the tool is. Got it?
Yeah.
Yes. So any other questions, sir?
How much the data modeling experience we need here before we learn this tool?
I'll tell you. You need not worry about the data modeling here because this tool itself covers how to create star schemas, how to create snowflake schemas, how to create galaxy schemas. Everything will be here only. So you need not worry. Zero knowledge. If you have zero knowledge, also no problem. Got it? Because time,
but you know what I heard is you need to be good at data modeling and then SQL queries because you are developers.
Yeah. I will tell you what happened here. The tool itself provides. First thing, you should have basics of SQL. That's more than enough. And coming to data modeling is what you need here is you should know how to create a star schema or a snowflake schema. That's what is dimensional modeling. Speaking technically, it's called as dimensional modeling. Data modeling in database and dimensional modeling in a data warehouse.
Yeah.
So that's what. If you see this, you have different tables here. Okay.
Yeah.
So I select few tables like this. This is according to my business requirements, a selected objects only.
Okay.
As you have asked about dimensional modeling, I'm just showing a sample.
Okay.
I'm not using this context right now. I just connect. This is a fact table sales. I'm just creating a star schema. This is just to show you about your worry, all what you're worrying about your data modeling. I'm making you feel very simple. So what exactly is the data modeling? You use a tool called as Erwin actually. That was old. This, when we talk about analytics, everything is integrated. Finished, star schema is done.
Okay.
So here you need not worry about your data modeling because it's a part here. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Yes. You want snowflake schema. Countries is based on customers. Instead of connecting it to sales, you connect it to customers. Now this forms a snowflake schema. And you create one more star schema, you associate this star with the other, that becomes a galaxy. So very simple here. That's what I was just telling Rakesh and Rajesh also. Tool is very simple, easy to learn, easy to master it. You can also, after the training, you can simply go for the certification also.
Oh, certificate, okay.
You have a certified implementation specialist exam. They charge about $195. I have been trained from Oracle company itself in the year February 2007, and from then I have been working as senior most developer. I have all Oracle Corporation materials with me. I will be sharing that. If you are thorough with that, you are like master. You can go for the certification. Got it?
Got it. But you said the implementation, certification and the server implementation?
Certified implementation specialist, yes. How to implement the OBA applications.
Oh, okay. But are you showing that in this training? How to implement, or are you?
See, implementation is, I will be showing you some part of the administration which is actually required for a developer point of view.
Okay.
So basically I'm a developer. Sometimes I need to also take care of administration and the performance tuning also. So I need to know all that is required for this process. So I'll be training you on all the things that can make you a perfect developer come an administrator.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
Any other queries?
No, I think I would like to get that the course content.
Course contents, I'll ask my guys to email you. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you can get the course contents. Okay?
Okay.
You can check your mail, you get the course contents. Right?
Okay. And you will be loading this on our machines or?
Yes, 100%. Our guys will get back to you. They'll first send you the links. You can download the software. Once you download the software, our administrator from the classes will access your system, and then he starts installing the software on your machine.
Okay.
So everything, the database that is required, the application, OBA application, everything will be installed on your machine.
Okay. How about is it? I think this is 10.1.3, right? The version.
10.1.3.4.1. Yes.
Okay. How about 11G? Are we
Yeah,
touching
that's
11G at all?
That's what I was telling. See, basically the implementation examination is purely based on 10G. If you're thorough with 10G, 11G is just an upgrading. Okay. I will tell you what are the major differences. Not major exactly, minor differences. Okay. It's only a security part with the OBA 11G. There's an integration of WebLogic server for providing security. So if you want to get into the application, you first start the WebLogic server, you log into the WebLogic, then you log into the OBA application. Like this, there are not even 5% of minor changes. So I will be giving you the technical terminology changes, the interface change, how exactly it looks like, what the minor change. That's it. Everything else is one and the same. Everything is everything. 99.99%. The tool is the same. Only the interface has changed. Only the terminologies have changed. Here we call it as request. There we call it as analysis. Here we call it as iBot. There we call it as intelligent agent. That's it. Like this, the terms have changed. That's it.
Okay. Got it.
Any other questions?
That's it from my side.
Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for spending your valuable time and attending the demo with me. Hope to see you all in the training session. Okay. And hope you have a very good and a splendid new year to come.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, thank you, Professor.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Bye. Take care. Take care. Bye.